The story of Adam and Eve has echoed through generations. Often reduced to a tale of sin and disobedience, it is typically framed as a warning to obey or suffer, but beneath that surface lies something more profound. This is not a religious lecture, nor is it a historical retelling. Rather, it is an exploration of a symbolic blueprint, a map of human consciousness, revealing how the original harmony between humanity and life was disrupted. The value of this story is not in blind belief, but in seeing what it reflects about the human condition and what it means to return to something that has never truly been lost. In the beginning, God, life itself, created the heavens, the earth, and all living things. Then came Eden, a paradise of wholeness, beauty, and balance. Into this space was placed Adam, formed from the earth and animated by the breath of God. This breath did not merely spark life, it brought awareness. Adam lived in seamless connection with the source, needing nothing more. Yet Adam stood alone, not in pain, but without companionship. So God drew forth Eve, not from the ground, but from Adam's own side. She was not created beneath him, but beside him, equal in origin, essence, and presence. Together, Adam and Eve lived not as rulers, but as reflections of divine intention. Their very being carried the power of God, not in dominance, but in alignment. Life was theirs to enjoy. God was willing to give them everything. If they wished to expand the garden would grow. If they desired to explore the stars, the universe would open to them. There were no limits, no restrictions, only harmony. God withheld nothing, because God desired nothing more than for them to live in perfect unity with life. One instruction was given: remain nourished by the tree of life. Stay aligned with the source, but do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. The two trees stood at the heart of the garden. The tree of life provided clarity, wholeness, and vitality. The other, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, introduced something radically different. It was not simply a tree of knowledge. It was the knowledge of division, of opposites, of judgment. To eat from it was to begin seeing reality in fragments, good versus evil, right versus wrong. Such knowledge does not enlighten. It divides. It replaces unity with conflict, innocence with self-consciousness, presence with reaction. The warning was not a denial of curiosity, but a recognition of consequence. This kind of knowledge would not bring wisdom, but distortion. It would not end life, but it would unravel something deeper. The serpent spoke. Eve tasted. Adam followed. And the shift was instant. Their eyes were opened, but not to truth, to fear, to shame, to judgment. They hid. They covered themselves. This moment marks more than disobedience. It marks the origin of fragmentation. The mind split. Reaction replaced clarity. The structure of thought became divided, and with it, the human experience. Consciousness, once rooted in presence, became entangled in narrative, opposition, and self-image. This was the fall, not from grace, but from wholeness. God did not strike them down. Instead, the consequences unfolded naturally. Life would now be shaped by struggle. Adam would labor. Eve would suffer inequality. The original balance was broken. This was not punishment, but process. A divided mind leads to fear. Fear leads to control, and control brings suffering. Exile from Eden was not vengeance. It was a reflection of incompatibility. Wholeness cannot coexist with fragmentation, and so the tree of life was guarded, not withheld, but protected. The way back would require transformation. Then came Jesus, called the Son of God, but perhaps more accurately, a man who never lost the state that Adam and Eve once knew. He moved through life with clarity, free from judgment and division. "The kingdom of God is within you," he said, not a place, but a state of being. Jesus lived without reacting to violence, fear, or hatred. Even in death, he forgave. Not as a performance, but from a place of inner stillness. He did not try to become divine. He simply remained aligned. He lived from the tree of life. Perhaps this ancient story is not about punishment or failure. Perhaps it is a reminder, a warning not to forget the original form, the clarity before confusion, the wholeness before division, the peace before the pattern. Humanity was made in alignment with life, but over time, judgment replaced awareness, thought replaced truth, control replaced trust. Yet the tree of life still stands, not in some distant garden, but within. It cannot be reached through effort, belief, or striving, only through stillness, through seeing, through remembering. The return to Eden does not require force. It only requires letting go of what keeps you out,